Welcome back to Spyro 2.
Purple.
You know, there are cheats that change Spyro's color.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I that's one thing I really should have done. I should have changed Spyro's color every episode.
So, what colors are available?
Actually, let me look up, because I actually cannot remember at the top of my head.
Does it include FF0000?
Shut the fuck up, Edgy.
Like you wouldn't mind cashing in a few gems to learn how to climb? I'd be willing to teach you for say.
Anyway,
small fee.
there are
500 gems is not a small fee, dickbag!
yeah, it's money back. There's black, blue.
No, it's dickbag. I know what I said.
Black, blue, green, pink, red, and yellow.
Alright, so FF0000 is available. Good to know.
But I actually really should have I actually should have done should have changed Spyro's color every episode and we just act like nothing happened. I really should have done that. I'll probably do that when I do the original versions of the games. Every episode Spyro's a different color.
Now, you know, I'm kind of planning to do a similar thing for when I record Bayonetta, but...
With the costumes?
I'm not gonna say anything about it. I don't want to spoil the surprise.
I might do that for Devil May Cry. Different costumes.
But I will
episode.
say, it's gonna take a lot of effort, and that's the main reason why we're not doing Bayonetta right now. That and it's Yu's turn to play a game.
Yeah. Just considering how we did literally 3 games of Edgy's Choice in a row.
Well, it wasn't my choice. You guys agreed on it.
Yeah, true.
And besides, like, how can you start up a channel called Split Screen Squad and barely do any split screen stuff with it?
True. And hey, me and D-Pad have some plan for each other.
Legend has it that there is a portal to
I know we're both going to do like he wants to do
As I recall, the
he wants to do Shredder's Revenge with me, which I did enjoy.
Okay, you can come back and learn.
I have a Goof Troop and World Illusion set up for him.
You pay double what I'm asking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna leave those two to you guys because
You're not a
I'm
big
pretty
Disney
sure
person.
you guys.
You're not really a big
Well-
Disney person.
I wouldn't say that I'm not a Disney person. I mean, I do have a Disney Plus subscription, partly because it's my father's subscription, and he was stupid enough to like. He at one point, I don't know what's up with that guy, but at one point he was just like, you know what? I'm getting a Disney Plus subscription, and instead of like trying it like a normal person, he just bought a year of it. Like, what? Dude, I straight up, I made a whole thing about like fully digitalizing, which is in legal gray area in the Netherlands and the European Union. So shut up, law. I basically made a whole thing about digitalizing my Blu-ray collection and basically using Plex so it becomes like a private Netflix, so to speak. And then here he goes. Instead of buying like Blu-rays of movies he wants to watch, he just gets a Disney Plus subscription. Although to be fair, the main reason why he's got it was for the old TV shows that were on there that he wants to watch, and yeah, you cannot really get those on Blu-ray or even DVD, which on one hand I find pretty scummy because obviously they're like working on putting their old stuff available, but they don't make it available to own, and that's one thing I do dislike.
What?
That you're not able to own
Oh.
your stuff nowadays.
The ice wizards have imprisoned our leader.
Interesting note: all three of these these three ice builders have the same line. All of them are differently named. I believe one of them is Wedgie.
Right.
If you get on the catapult, we'll help you across the chasm.
So how convenient that these guys are frozen and you're a dragon.
Yeah.
Like, imagine what would have happened if Spyro hadn't come along.
Or if he had ice breath.
Or if he had ice breath.
Also, do not kill all the enemies before you start unfreezing the ice builders. Though the ice wizards will just refreeze them.
Right.
Also, we
Well,
have...
I guess I need to...
Go ahead.
Go on.
I was going to point out that the fodder for this stage is snowballs with legs.
Ah. I was gonna make a snow pun.
Go ahead.
No.
Oh, you're just gonna let it go?
Yeah.
Stuff I expected you to tell me to shut up.
I will say the one thing I do still find hilarious is that there's a whole ass conspiracy theory out there that the reason why Disney made Frozen in the first place was to basically try to sweep the rumor under the rug that they had the head of Walt Disney frozen somewhere in their main building. So when people would Google Disney Frozen, it would just give them Frozen and not the theory.
Oh, God.
People actually think that. In fact, you watched iCarly back in the day, right?
Yeah.
You remember the episode where the Dingo Channel basically copied their ideas,
Yeah.
and they went to their studio and tried to convince them not to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was basically the part where supposedly the head was frozen and they actually had the head. That was a jab at Disney.
That's funny.
Hello there, Spyro.
Yeah, I do like it. I do like it when companies poke fun at each other.
Yeah.
Like, I remember this. I remember a similar thing. In one of the special episodes for Phineas and Ferb back in the day, where they were going around the globe and they got stranded on an island, and Phineas was desperately digging a really big hole, and he dug up a sponge and a sea star, and he was like, "Look, a sponge and a sea star. We can do something with that." And then he was like, "Nah, that's lame." For me that was funny because I watched both SpongeBob and Phineas and Ferb at the time. Although nowadays I can watch SpongeBob, I cannot watch Phineas and Ferb anymore. Like, that is,
Why?
I don't know, I just, it doesn't feel as timeless as SpongeBob anymore.
Are you kidding me? It's still timeless. There's so many good jokes.
Yeah,
And
but
hell, if I had 2 nickels every time such happened, if I had a nickel for every time such happened, I'd have 2 nickels, which is still a lot. But it's weird that it happened twice. That one's used so much.
yeah, I mean, it has a lot of good moments. But I mean, let's be real. There's a reason why there's more SpongeBob memes out there than Phineas and Ferb memes.
True.
I mean, I already told you this, but if you're looking for SpongeBob GIFs on Discord, you can, and to the one watching this, go and try it.
If you have
You can spell SpongeBob as wrong as you want. If it's even vaguely similar to SpongeBob, you will get SpongeBob GIFs.
Oh, you think those guys
I believe it also applies to Twitter.
Rolling a 2-ton snowball onto my head. Here, take this crystal. I traded some pocket.
I will say though, I do find it too bad that like I find it weird. Why isn't SpongeBob something you can find easily?
I don't know.
Like, for real, if they were to put SpongeBob on like something like Paramount Plus or something, I would binge that. Like, I would watch that a lot because especially the older episodes, I grew up with SpongeBob.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I'm really nostalgic over it.
I do not like the Draclets. I do not look like ugh. They make me feel uncomfortable.
We used to give guided tours. Great. But remember, you have to
How's that?
I don't know. They look cuter in the remake than they do in the original. But it's like, ugh. And yes, you have to do a complete loop, otherwise they will respond. Otherwise they'll start responding.
Do you have the fear of spiders?
A little bit. It's probably that,
Then-
but like I said,
Yeah.
these look much cuter than before. But it's like
Oh,
it's still.
I hate that. I hate that. You had to turn around for one of them.
Oh no, just keep an eye on the counter. Keep it on the counter. Yeah, in order, yeah. There's not enough for one complete loop. You actually have to do at least 2 loops. They're not 18.
Please accept this orb
Wow.
as a small token of
And yes, there are gems in the path, which I also don't like.
I'll also make sure you get free snow cones whenever you visit us.
Oh boy, free snow cones.
You know, I
Because it's not because it's not like you can just eat the snow from the ground.
The yellow one is is lemon flavored.
Remember kids, if you're bored, eat the yellow snow. It makes you smarter.
Yeah, it's like I've never had a snow cone.
Really?
No, I really have never had a snow cone.
I would say that I probably had one, but then because of my foreign nature, I might have the wrong idea on what's defined with a snow cone.
Be careful on the other side of that bridge.
It's just shaved ice.
Don't want anything bad to happen to my favorite customer.
Do slushies count?
I don't.
I mean, I guess those are the closest I've had to snow cones. Like I remember back in 2014 when I did Route 66 with my father and my brother, and we've had like so many of those big slushies from 7-Eleven.
I lost my pet snow leopard.
Those
I
were-
was busy fishing and I turned
Those
around.
were good.
He was gone.
Like those were really
I
good.
hope George didn't get eaten by the Draclets.
I need to go back to the States one of these days.
This is one of the most time-consuming missions in the entire game.
Then why are you playing it?
I lost my
Because I love this game. Granted, I think 3 is a lot better than 2, but I'm not gonna say that 2 is a bad game.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, again, I've played the majority of the trilogy, and I wouldn't really say that one is necessarily better than the other one.
Yeah, no.
But then I'm also saying that as somebody who thinks there is nothing wrong with Crash Bandicoot 1, and people really seem to hate Crash Bandicoot 1.
They don't hate it. It's just not that good and revolutionary of a game. Like it. Crash Bandicoot 1 is kind of is one of the few games I consider a staple of How did this get greenlit for sequels?
Well, I mean, I guess because Sony was like, yeah, this is our version
Of Mario.
Sonic the Hedgehog
Sonic
or
the
Mario.
Hedgehog. Yeah, true. Yeah, you have to basically follow him to 3 different pools and feed him 3 different fish.
But yeah, I do understand what you say with that, because the PlayStation 1, it had so many games, and yeah, a lot of them were logically bloody awful, and some of them were really good. And
3D.
for whatever, we don't talk about Bubsy.
But after feeding him the 3rd fish, he will follow you.
You found George.
There's this mission just like this in 3.
I'll be sure to pick
I actually had to edit for that one.
I like that the cat has like those white paws. It reminds me of my cat.
I was fishing.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to edit the one in 3. Not because it's long. You'll see what I mean when we actually do Spyro 3.
Yeah. By the way, a quick update on our video roadmap, because I don't think we made this public yet, but for San Andreas we've decided to drop the whole multiple chunks kind of thing. So when we return to that game,
It's straight to the end, yeah.
It's straight to the end.
Yeah.
So there will be a slight gap between
Spyro 2 and Spyro 3.
Spyro 2 and Spyro 3, but well,
It shouldn't be as long as the gap between actually no.
but between Spyro 1 and Spyro 2.
Yeah, it should be
I mean,
between that one.
I mean, to be fair, we've only had the first chunk of San Andreas and A Way Out and Lego Star Wars.
Yeah. I'm supposed to. That makes you sound like an asshole. I don't want to be seen as as that much of an asshole. I'm a nice guy.
If you were Pinocchio, your nose would be growing.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Real nice guy answer right there.
Welcome to Skilos Badlands, home of one of the more annoying missions in the game.
Skilos, is he a skeleton?
You'll see.
God, I need to play Undertale again.
Oh God.
What? What's wrong with Undertale?
Honestly, it's overrated. Granted, I still haven't fully played it because I do own it on the Switch.
Right.
The original one is it's a lot less obvious that he ran off a cliff. And I prefer the original version of that because I hate that angle.
Right.
But yeah, so does Gronk look a little familiar?
No?
Okay. This is something I wanted that I've been wanting to basically come up point out on this game for a little bit. Originally, almost every world in Spyro 2 were actually going to be connected. They only keep that for for 2 worlds. This world's sister world was going to be Crystal Glacier. And yes, one actually did have this too. Idle Springs and Colossus were going to be connected. Aquaria Towers and Sunny Beach were going to be connected. Glimmer and...
Say, Spyro 2, was that the first game where Spyro could have stuff in his mouth?
Yes, it's the first game where you could spit.
All right. Yeah, I do know. I do know the Spyro with the mouthful. It's kind of. It kind of really ignited a whole bunch of memes.
Oh god.
I think my favorite one is the one where it's like a where they changed Spyro, where they put like a shitty JPEG of a hard drive on him and have the captions say, "I'm so full of games you're not playing, yum." On one hand, that would be me. On the other hand, I don't keep my games on a hard drive anymore. Because of modern video game developments now mean that I need to put my games on my SSD.
Yep.
Which, on one hand, I do appreciate that they're getting less expensive. On the other hand, why are you telling me what I need to install my games on?
Yeah.
Like fucking Starfield. Alright, like I don't plan on playing Starfield. But the fact that the minimum specifications just straight up go like, yeah, you need to put this on SSD. Hell, Cyberpunk 2077 recently made headlines because they're upping the minimum spec for the game, and that game too is just straight up going like, yeah, we're not going to recommend putting us on a hard drive anymore. And on one hand, I do get that now that we've come to a point where SSDs are getting pretty popular, and I don't even think they're selling new laptops anymore that have a hard drive instead of an SSD, but the fact remains that SSDs are still low in capacity, especially if you buy them with a laptop. They'll have like only 500 gigabytes on it, and yeah. But then recently I did look for cheap SSDs, and I found that apparently you can get one of the better Samsung 1TB SSDs for like $60, and yeah, I guess we've come to a point where I would warrant just phasing out hard drives in general.
This is a new mechanic. Warp faces. They will travel all over the world that they're in. Some of these can be really fucking annoying.
Yeah, I feel like they would be better if there's a arrow guiding you, or if you have like a vague indication.
No.
Hey,
They show off the area. Like right here. It's like that's literally the entrance of the cave.
Well, yeah, but you need to know the area. Like you need to look at that and be like, yeah, that's there. And
you can also
look,
just kind of look around, because that's why levels loop.
Like this could be the Ubisoft sandbox messing me up, but like I would just really appreciate it if I could like
God.
get to a tower and synchronize the map and have like every objective be on the mini map. So I would spend the entire game looking at like a measly 10% of the screen, because that's where the mini map is, and still be like, oh my god, these graphics are amazing. I should do one of the Assassin's Creed games for the channel.
Yeah.
I just don't know which one. I mean, it would make sense to begin with Assassin's Creed 1, but...
I'm doing.
But fun fact about Assassin's Creed 1, that game blows.
I mean, it's like it's not so much a bad game as the game.
It aged.
Yeah. It from what I've seen, it's aged. I still need to actually play it myself.
Yeah. I mean, I do like the Assassin's Creed games. I play the majority of them. So far I've played Assassin's Creed 1 to Brotherhood. I skipped out on Revelations. I played 3 on the Wii U. I played 4 a lot. I've played Unity. I've played Syndicate. I did the majority of the side content of Origins, but I barely played through the campaign. Like I basically made sure that I'm on the max level before even starting the main campaign. I played Odyssey and I still need to play Valhalla, but I do have the game on Steam, the complete edition, and now that they're actually finished adding content to the game, yeah, I guess I can play it and have a full experience.
Oh boy, these missions are super obnoxious.
Grasshopper, take this shiny
I'm just like, yes, I did do the first one,
your journey.
without flaw, but it's like, my god, I still don't like these missions. One fuck up, and you have to start all over.
Like more lizard eggs are dropping down. Are you ready for
Right.
another challenge?
It's like if these pterodactyls are randomly just now dropping eggs, maybe just let these villagers die. Yeah,
So do they have like no defense whatsoever?
No, you have to defend them. And yeah, those three go up at the same fucking time. So if you're not fast,
Against Spyro, you deserve another shiny thing.
Lovely.
I was going to use it as a nightlight.
I don't see how the orbs would be nightlights.
Oh, do they emit light?
It's shimmering.
Right. I mean, I would pay for some merch if it had like the shape of a Spyro 2 orb.
I would
feel
too.
like that would be pretty cool.
I mean, it's like we live in a world where there's basically plushies of the Demoman's sticky bombs from TF2. I own one.
Yeah, I was never really a fan of TF2. In fact, I'm just gonna be perfectly honest. I bloody hate the property. So, blah.
I mean, it's not really that much of a property.
No, but I never liked it, and basically, when in like 2015, I had a lot of people going like, go play TF2, go play TF2, go play TF2. It got to a point where I was just tired of hearing it.
Yeah, no,
Like
I get that.
overexposure can really make you hate something, and I feel like many people don't understand it.
Yeah, it's why I think Undertale is overrated. Because there's so many people just straight out saying, "Oh, you should play this. You should play this."
Yeah. Well, I remember getting into Undertale in like, I believe 2015, pretty close to when it came out, and I didn't really get it because of the critical acclaim on the internet. As a matter of fact, the only reason why I got it was because a friend of mine, or not a friend of mine, more a classmate of mine, she recommended it to me, and basically, like, I just straight up bought the game in school, and I played the majority of the game in school, and I basically had the entire class watching whenever I played it during break, and it was pretty neat. Like, I have a lot of fond memories from when I was in the last year of middle school, because I was just constantly on my laptop and everybody was watching me. I feel like in one way or another it basically made me realize that I like it when people watch me. And it wasn't just Undertale. For the most part, it was The Sims 4, and I don't know why people were watching it, but yeah, people liked it. People asked me to make Sims of themselves, and then get pissed at me because I totally got the proportions wrong. I should mention, by the way, that I don't really have an artistic vision, so I'm not really that good at replicating people. So why are you standing there like an idiot?
I have no idea, because I thought I actually cut this. I actually thought I was gonna. Yeah, well. I actually thought I cut this. No, I must. God damn
Wait,
it!
considering that there's 2 minutes left, is this
It's
is the
like
video supposed to end?
yes. This is me being fucking stupid, but we can't. Now that we basically spoke about this, I can't. I have to leave this in.
Either that, or we just keep going.
Nah. This is literally the end of the video. Once I exit out, that's it for the video.
Right. In that case, I'm just gonna stop.
Thank you, Spyro.
Really?
Now I can put my friend back together.
You're gonna miss
Please
space.
take this as a token
Fuck
of my
you.
appreciation. A fairy left it with me a little while ago.
Like Christ, dude. It's like you're literally missing the skeleton dance. Yeah, I just. No, no. Have to show the home movie. Have to show the home movie. Because. How the hell do these cavemen even get a freaking camera? And that is why Spyro 2.